The offshore turbines are getting bigger and bigger, and the offshore wind farms, they're moving further out. Because out in the offshore area you have wind nearly all the time, and that makes them efficient. But that also brings a challenge that you have to make sure that all your screw connections are safe. My name is Peter Clausen. I work as a sales engineer and expert in tensioning division for the Nordlock Group. Customers or operators are not able to enter the turbine every day whenever they want, because they are in the middle in the water and you have to use a ship or a helicopter to get there. And it's always a little danger in it, and it's expensive as well. Since last year, we have a really interesting project out there where the operator now is able to see what happens in his screw connection. We don't have to send people out there to hard-to-reach areas to control the screw connections. We can use Wi-Fi, turbines Wi-Fi, or just a radio network via SIM cards. And you can just monitor them from somewhere in the office, all over the world, wherever you want. To help the customer achieve this, we have our Superbolt LST and also our Superbolt LSF. It's based on the Superbolt multi-jackbolt tensioner, what is used successfully for decades now. Increasing or decreasing preload means that the expansion of the nut body will also increase or decrease, and that is a thing you can measure. And what we did is that we put strain gauges around this nut body and scope, and now we are able to measure the change of the scope during the increase or decrease preload. In such complex constructions like the big wind turbines, there's always a danger of losing bolts, and that's a thing you really have to avoid. Of course, it doesn't make sense to use them everywhere, but it makes sense for sure to use them where you have really critical bolted connections. In the flange, in the tower flange, especially in the MPTP connection, but also the rotor blade screw connections are really critical. You can read out the data once a minute, once a second, or even 10 or 100 times a second. And the data are also saved. That means if something strange happened to your construction or machine or turbine, you always have the possibility to look back in the past and see what exactly happened. Why did my screw connection break, and how was the wind in that time? How high have the waves been in that time? Using this data can also help to design new turbines and to calculate new screw connections. If you can extend the lifetime of a turbine or a whole wind farm, that means that you can have much more profit out of it, and you can realize that with our LST system. So using our LST nuts is just saving money, prevent downtimes of turbines or any other constructions or machines. It's just a plug-and-play system. And we support the customer in any way. So that could also mean that we do the installation for them or support the installation or just be supervisor.